Hi everyone! So today we're going to make this tiny strawberry. This was one of the patterns from my advent calendar and I make them into earrings, but you could definitely use this pattern for play food, or you can make it out of plush yarn and all sorts of things. So super simple and easy. We're going to start with a magic ring, and in the magic ring we're going to do 4 single crochet. You can also use a chain 2 and 4 single crochet if that is what you prefer. This video is going to be a little bit of a crochet along, so it's mostly all in real time apart from where I'm fiddling around like now. So you can see the video is only about 20 minutes, so this is maybe a 30-minute project. Super simple. So once you've done your 4 single crochet in your magic ring, you're going to close that off, and using a stitch marker, because we are working in continuous rounds, we're not joining at the end of each round. For this round you're going to do 1 single crochet in the first stitch and an increase in the next stitch, and you're going to repeat that so you end up with 6 stitches. If you are making it with the 8-ply yarn like I am here, then the first couple of rounds can be a bit fiddly, but persevere and it gets easier. Once you've reached the end of the first couple of rounds, just make sure that you are turning the piece out so that it's facing and popping out in the right direction, so it's not inside out. After you've done your 1 single crochet increase, you are now going to increase in every stitch around, giving you 12 stitches. Although I always use stitch marker, I quite regularly will just, especially on something small, count my stitches, make sure that I haven't lost or gained any along the way. It happens to the best of us. So we're up to round 4, and for this round, super simple, you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. For round 5, we're going to do 1 single crochet and 1 increase. I'm going to do that 6 times, and that should give you 18 stitches. For this round, we're now going to do 2 single crochet and 1 increase, and you're going to do that 6 times, giving you 24. So as you can see, I'm just doing a quick stitch count, make sure that they're all present and correct before we move on to round 7. And for this round, we are just doing single crochet around, so 24 single crochet. So now we're going to start our decreases. I always do an invisible decrease when it comes to amigurumi. So you are going to do 2 single crochet and a decrease. For an invisible decrease, you are going to only hook the front loops of the 2 stitches that you are effectively joining together. So you take your hook and put it under only that front bar, and then go directly into the second stitch, front bar only, yarn over, pull it through, and then yarn over and pull it through again. I mostly use the yarn under technique, but you can also just yarn over. So you're going to repeat that all the way around, 2 normal single crochets and then a decrease. That should leave you with 18 stitches. At this point, I like to stuff my strawberry a little bit, but you can wait until you've kind of completed the next row if you like. Personal preference, but just don't forget to stuff it. Doesn't need a lot, just a small amount of polyfill, or you can also use scrap yarn for this, depending on what you have on hand and what's your preference. So for the last round of the berry, you are going to do 9 decreases all the way around. So you're going from 18 stitches to 9 stitches, and we're going to use that invisible decrease again. At this point we are all done, so we just have to close off that hole at the top. Make sure that you have fully stuffed your berry. You might need to use like a pokey stick or I'm using my yarn needle just to really pack it out, make sure it's got a nice shape to it. To close off your strawberry, you are going to use the tail end of your red yarn and your yarn needle. And what you're going to do is a little bit like a whip stitch. So you're just going to pick up the front loop of each of those 9 stitches around, and so go through from outside to inside, as you can see, all the way around those 9 stitches. And when you have made it all the way around, you can pull that tail of the yarn tight and it will close off the hole nice and neat. And then for good measure, I like to just do a few stitches bringing the yarn through the body, making sure that it's kind of going with the flow of the stitches and you can't see it, just to make sure that that tail is nice and secure, it's not going to come out. So next up we're going to make the leaves for the strawberry, and starting similar to the berry, we're going to do a magic ring and we're going to do 5 single crochet inside that magic ring. If you have another way you like to do your magic rings, that's fine, and if you hate magic rings like many do, then you can absolutely use a chain 2 and work your 5 single crochet into the second chain from your hook. Once you have closed off your magic ring, this is only 1 round, and we're going straight into that first stitch that went into the magic ring, and you are going to slip stitch into the first stitch and chain 3. Once you've done your chain 3, you are going to start from the second chain from your hook and you are going to slip stitch twice. That's going back down the chain, and then you're going to slip stitch directly into the next single crochet that is inside your magic ring. So you're going to repeat that all the way around. So slip stitch into the next stitch of your magic ring, chain 3, and then 2 slip stitches back down the chain, and then slip stitch into the next stitch. Repeat this all the way around and it will leave you with 5 little leaves. So you should end up with this little starfish looking thing, and you're going to fasten off your yarn, leaving a nice long tail because you're going to use that to stitch leaves onto your berry. So to start off for this, I like to use the tail end from the start of my magic ring, and I will pass it through the top of the berry in the middle where we cinched off that hole, and then just bring it out of the side. This way I know it's in the center, so it puts it in the right place for me when I'm stitching around the sides. Next up, we're going to take the tail end that we just finished off with, and you're going to pass it through the body, sort of underneath where the leaves will lie so that you can't really see it, sort of hides everything. And then pick up a stitch on the berry, pull it through, and then go back through the leaf. So you're just sort of stitching the leaves down to the berry. Super simple. If you're making these to wear as earrings, as my pattern was originally made, then a few stitches will be enough. It doesn't have to be too tough or have to handle being played with or messed around with too much. If you're making it for play food for kids, for example, then you'll probably want to do a lot more to make sure that the leaves are really nicely secured onto the berry and they're not going to get pulled off by tiny hands. Once you've worked your way all the way around and stitched all the leaves down, you're going to bring the yarn through to where you have the other tail of the yarn. Through the same stitch, and you are going to tie, I like to do a double knot, and then reattach it to your yarn needle and thread it through your berry a few times so that you're just pulling that knot inside and it's hidden away nicely. And then you're going to thread the other tail through and do the same. Okay, we're on the home stretch, guys. For the last step of your strawberry, you are going to take your yellow yarn and your yarn needle, and you're just going to stitch some little seeds on. There's no formula to this. You can do it as unevenly or evenly as you like, and just work your way around the berry and fasten it off and tie the knot in the same way that you attach the leaves, so that you're bringing the yarn through the same area of the berry, tying the two tails together and then hiding them inside the body. Easy peasy. So as I mentioned at the start of the video, I created this pattern for the strawberry earrings for my Christmas advent calendar, but it also makes a great addition to any kids play kitchen for fruit and things like that. So definitely worth it if you've got small ones. And you can also make it in a plush yarn. So if you wanted to use a chenille and turn it into a little chenille strawberry addition to your collection, that's also really cool. Here's one I quickly whipped up. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.